we are live also on Good Morning Instagram, Good Morning Facebook, Let's Get Real group. I want to make sure everybody's here. Good. Okay. The biggest one I want to talk about today is one of the things I often say to people: Are you showing up for yourselves, and are you listening to your inner voice? Somebody asked me, well, what do you mean by showing up for yourself? Like, I don't get it. Isn't listening to my inner voice the same thing really as showing up for myself? So here's the thing. In our day-to-day lives, first of all, we're lucky if we do. The inner voice is always there, but if we're not used to listening to it, it may or may not become conscious to you. Let me pull back on that. If you try really, really hard, you'll get to it. What I mean when I say, are you showing up for yourselves, is entirely different. So those of you who are moms, those of you who are dads, husbands, fathers, daughters, all of us, and whatever else you are, we show up for other people. We show up for the people we love. We become present for our children the best we can, given what life is doing for us. We show up for our elderly folks. We show up for our grandmothers. We show up for our neighbors. And so in those moments, we are present for others, and we are intent in meaningfully giving to them. Can you see where this is going? And so when we talk about showing up for ourselves, this is something entirely different. This is, are we doing that for us? Are we consciously thinking about, what does Elena need today? Elena, are you okay? Have you had enough water today? Did you get a good night's sleep? Are you up on your vitamins and medication? Are you comfortable? What's your day like? Do you think that that's a really good pace for you? What can you do to improve the thing? Have you been, the way we mother or the way we care for others must be the same way we care for ourselves. Now, we as humans are very kind. I don't care what anybody says, but I believe that we as humans are very kind, and we want to give. We always want to give. We forget to give to us. We forget that we are equally, if not more valuable and more worthy of our own care. And I say more because who else is going to do it? You get into adulthood and your parents are no longer over there being there. They're still being there for you. But it is no longer their job to see to every single need. It is yours. And so when I say show up for yourself, yes, you listen to your gut feeling. And I believe that if you keep both in mind all the time, am I showing up for myself? Am I taking care of myself as well as I take care of the people I love? There's that. And then the other part is you listen internally to say, how am I today? What's going on with me today? Am I a little bit off? Am I a little bit something? No. What was that? Did I really mean what I said? How do I feel about what that person just said to me? So it may seem like a full-time job to be internally aware, but that is the reason that I show up in all of these places that I do. And this is my message. Life is better, fuller, richer, more delightful, and we can relish in it more when we know what is happening within us. When we dig in to see what's really going on in there. Because it's incredibly easy to forget who and what we are really all about in the midst of all the things that we get buried around. So there's that. So I hope this clarified this for that lovely person who asked me that question. The second really important one that somebody asked me, which I love, is it's kind of it touches on many things, but the question was more, how do I what do I do when my emotions are so high that I swear I'm going to lose it? Or I don't want to lose it on the people I love. And I don't want to lose it on the people I care about who don't deserve it. Um, Emotions. You guys, if you've seen any of my other stuff, I'm always about emotions and I'm always about understanding them. There is so much wisdom in understanding our emotions. And so in time we can get to the place where it's not that we are no longer emotional, because my God, we never reach that point, but we become so aware of what our feelings are telling us that we address them the right way. Here's an example. I'm walking my dog and I swear, oh my God, really? Do we need to stop and sniff every single rock? Really? Do we have to? Well, when I did, anger, frustration, impatience, um, what else? Irritability, moodiness, all of that. Now, if I check in and thought, okay, my emotion's really high. I didn't have a good sleep last night. Actually, it was a terrible sleep. And there's the, oh, I didn't have breakfast yet. Oh, actually, come to think of it, I ate a lot of junk food last night. And oh, yeah, that's on my mind, and he's on my mind, and I got all of these little things. So these are all things that happen at any given moment. And we are not, when we're not aware of ourselves, the emotions get really high and we forget to read them. We forget to spend a time to understand them. Irritability, when we're really irritable, everybody knows what that is. That could be a sign of many things. It's a symptom. It's also obviously a symptom of clinical depression, but I can talk about that another day because that's a big old topic. It could be a symptom of so many socio-emotional stress, socio-psychological, psychosocial. I'm a social worker by trade, so we do a lot of psychosocial assessment. So basically, what is everything in their lives that are impacting on them? So we got that. So psychosocial stresses, it sort of makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? All these other things that are impacting. And so irritability is often a sign that we got too much going on and maybe it's time to kind of slow down a little bit. It could also mean we're unwell. It might be time to see the doctor. It could mean, here's another side thing. If we have chronic pain or if we have pain of some sort, whether it's chronic or not, if we mildly discomfort, quite discomfort, that can lead actually to a lot of depression related symptoms. So you got to watch out for that. Even people who have been ill for a while can, in fact, be diagnosed with clinical depression because it's wearing down the system that they live with through experience, everything. So emotions are key. If we are angry, if we are sad, if we are frustrated, let's pause and have a look at why that is. Because it's a very good chance that there is something very important we're overlooking, which is a huge factor. So what do we do with that? I believe that we can reach a point that we can be whatever emotion we are, acknowledge it, just be it, and be okay. I believe that it's okay to reach the point where we say, I am so frustrated right this minute. I've got too many things, but that's okay. I just want to say, I want to acknowledge that I am frustrated. It's not about blaming the people who are near us. It's not about blaming the people who are around us. It's simply acknowledging to ourselves and to those around you. Just so you know, I'm having a rough day today. So bear with me here. When we are honest to ourselves about what emotions we are experiencing, life is a whole nother game. You could be sad, you could be angry, you could be furious, you could be everything, and you're still okay. Because who doesn't have emotions? Who isn't experiencing something? And the danger comes when we fail to read what it means, we fail to acknowledge it, and we push it back and pretend it's not there. Which I'm starting to believe after my 30 years of something of practice is a good part of why we have many physical ailments that we can't find the origin of. So, how long have I been talking? Oh my goodness, 10 whole minutes. I don't know. I haven't seen any comments or questions. So, if you haven't, it's possible too that my feed isn't showing anything. So, if you posted anything, I apologize. Please feel free to DM me. Feel free to comment below if you'd like. I'm doing this because I think that there's a need for it, and I am happy to spread the word about inner wellness and all of that amazing stuff.